All right, everybody, gather round, gather round. I have something to admit. So this technically is my second time recording the same video. Now, the first time this Thomas was done, if you want to call it that, I really wasn't satisfied. The blue that I chose was a kind of baby blue from Tamiya. It just felt too simple. You know, when you looked at it, it just felt expected, like exactly what you thought I would do. As I'm sure you can tell, there were a couple options and it was starting to kind of weigh on me. So I decided to go my own route or find something kind of in the middle of my two favorite options. This is what Thomas is now, the Cobalt or TS 102, Cobalt Green by Tamiya. And I'm not gonna lie, it does say green. My fiance says green too, but to me this does look a little teal. You know, when you see the J50 Thomas and this, they are two completely different colors, but it's close enough. I don't know, to me it feels like a very aged blue, and I just kind of like it. And thinking about the consist we will be making today, it kind of makes sense for Thomas to have something a bit off, a bit unique, because the colors the rolling stock will soon be painted in will be the same way. And what exactly are we making for Thomas today? Well, not only do we have him, but we have a Steam Along Clarabelle coach and a dancing troublesome truck. Okay, so the plan for this Clarabelle isn't anything too serious. Essentially, we're going to take off this face, the stickers, and clean it up just a little bit more. Probably put it in some water, rinse it a bit, and put it in a new color. I think this time we'll do a Revel Brown, and you know, I think this is a color I got at first for Scrap Oliver, but Oliver didn't end up in Scrap, so yeah, this one's kind of just been waiting, kind of like the Cobalt Green that Thomas ended up in. So that's the plan for the coach. We'll use that round there, and for the truck here, we're going to use another color that I've kind of just had waiting, and is kind of off and probably will work in this consist. At least I think it will. We have this Dull Red by Tamiya, which as you can see here has not even been opened yet. And the plan for this one is to, once this dancing truck is primed, it will be put in this color, and then I don't know if it'll be in this video, maybe another video, we will complete the rolling stock, you know, give them these smaller details, like if I give the coach an NW or passengers or something like that. I might do that in this video, we'll see. Put it on screen if I do. Give them a heads up. And it shouldn't be too long before we do the black detail and other stuff on Thomas. I'm thinking this blue is just almost done. Still, when you work with masking tape, just take your time. It's good to be safe. All right, let's start on the rolling stock. In the meantime. All right, while those two dry, let's go ahead and start here on Thomas. Now, this is something I like to do in two stages. The first stage will be the footplate, this coal bunker, the roof, you know, the main areas of black, and then for the second one, we'll come back and do, you know, the cut in the tank area or the cab windows, that stuff. So it's basically a step one, step two kind of thing. Pop that face on out of there. So essentially, we're going to mask off everything we want to stay blue. So let's jump into that process. All right, everybody, and with that, we now have Thomas completely masked. So I think the only thing to do at this point is make sure the tape, everywhere is really held down, and then go for layer 1 of that black paint. It shouldn't be too hard or take too long. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to dry, and, typically I would use like a Tamiya tape or something like this. The tape you're seeing me use is a clean release duck painting tape, so it's really not that great. I mean, it does get the job done, I can't complain too much, but you really have to make sure that seal is complete. In fact, in some areas, I'll probably go back over with another coat of tape. But, alright, with all that being said, let's get to doing this black. Okay, so Thomas is drying now, as you can see from the black on my fingernails. Couldn't get it all off. But on that note, let's talk about these guys. They're pretty dry now, too. We have the coach, which, did turn out a bit more orange than I was anticipating, but I do really like this dullish, brown. It almost is. This looks really nice, and I think the only thing left to do here, or in this video, is go for this black, redo this undercarriage, one quick coat of matte black, and then we'll do the roof. Once this thing is a bit more dry, we'll give this a dark gray or maybe a light gray. You know what? We may even do the interiors. I kind of want to put some people, maybe some windows, some curtains, some extra stuff inside of here. But forget that for now. We also have the little dancing truck, which is this beautiful, beautiful dull red, as you can see here. And it did turn out pretty well. Now, when you do stuff like this, or trucks in specifically, you really have to make sure you get between the, lines here, or the individual planks, because sometimes the paint just does not like to fall into those areas. This took quite a bit, a little bit more than what you saw in this video. I went back and did, I think, just one more coat, but it did do the trick, and now it's this really nice red color. I think we'll come back and do the black at some point, but for this video, we might just focus on getting this guy a face and deciding on a load. But, I think the same thing for the coach here. Let's give this area a quick coat of matte black, if we even can, if this comes out. Yeah, it does. So really quick, we'll complete that, and that should be the truck. All right, everybody, and this is Thomas after that first coat of black. So, yeah, I can't lie. Everything turned out pretty decently, at least this time. There are a couple things, like right here and just this front area, that I'm going to touch up with a paintbrush just super fast. But, yeah, that turned out pretty well. Again, the only thing you really need to do, especially if you're using this cheaper kind of masking tape, is make sure that seal is clean. And if it is, boom, you end up with something like this. And this is going to look pretty damn nice once it's all put together. But again, this is not the complete black. Still need the cab windows, the little cut in the tanks. Still a little bit to go. So with all that being said, I guess let's jump back to the wagons. Now, as I'm sure you can see, this coach here is not exactly done. We still have to go back and do the roof. I might paint the interior. Actually, I'll probably not paint the interior. Instead, we're gonna jump on detailing that. I don't know why I said we were going to paint that. No, we're not. You totally can. That would look cool, but you're not really going to see in this thing anyway. It's not too big of a deal. Okay, I have another thing to admit to. This is not the Steam Along Clarabelle. In fact, let me go get that. I'll show you what happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you paint, when it's not humid out there. As you can see there, sadly, it did start to crack. I did try to sand off as much of that as I could. It's still needing some work, so I'm going to keep at that. Maybe come back and reintroduce this later, but yeah, I just decided to take a normal Annie, I think this was, since it was already sun-bleached and damaged. Just redid the entire process. Same brown, reprimed it, took the face off and the stickers, and now we have a coach still. So, yeah, it worked out to me. All right, and the plan for this thing is we're going to take this spare bit of plastic here. This is from a 00 scale model train box. I just cut it straight off. We've got a couple pieces here. We've got 4 00 scale sitting people, which really isn't a lot, but should be enough to liven things up. And we've also got this little red piece of cardboard, and this is going to create curtains. So we've got people, windows, and curtains, and a little bit of glue to add them all in. So let's go ahead and jump on that. Now, again, if you are doing this like me and, jumping on all of this detail before the roof, make sure you're careful, and the stuff that you actually glue in is really glued in. I'm gonna use, hopefully, a mix of a couple different glues to make sure these people don't fall out or, you know, whenever I do add the masking tape to the side of here, it won't for some reason compromise what's in here. So yeah, time-lapse time. All right, everybody, and this is the coach now that we've added those windows, some curtains, and people to either side. Now, as you can see on this part, I kind of messed up a little. I placed them just a little low. You can really only see their heads. Kind of corrected it a bit more on this one. You can definitely see a bit more of that person, and that dude, he was kind of weird anyway, so at least you can see him at all. But yeah, that quickly, and with that alone, again, just some spare scraps I had around the table, we now have an updated coach that is actually functioning like a coach is supposed to. And yeah, the only thing left to do now is mask this thing up once all of this is dry, spray paint that roof, and decide on decals and what I want on the side. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with everything. This needs to dry. This is, well, pretty much dry, but I'm deciding whether or not I want to do the black planks here on the side. And then, of course, we have Thomas, which shouldn't take too much longer. We're going to jump on this window and side thing probably in the morning or just in a couple seconds in this video. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys then. All right, everybody, welcome to the next day. Okay, so it's been like 3 days since we started doing this in specific with this color, these trucks. I think we'll finish up this video today, but I'm trying to debate on what exactly we'll do in this update. You know, I think it's essential we'll go ahead and do the windows on Thomas. We'll do the roof on this. And since I've already got the sticker prepped, I might go ahead and show you how I plan to make the face for this troublesome truck. Now, what you're seeing here is literally just a piece of a sticker sheet, which I cut off to fit the front area of this truck, like so. Not got it taken off yet. Boom, that will just fit directly on the front. And pretty quick, I'm gonna drop a face, show you, you know, how I do that or how I plan to do that. And I'm not sure if that'll be the end of the truck. I might, again, come do these planks. That'll probably be something I hand paint, or, you know, I could mask this off and do that same thing. I feel like I'm running a bit low on black, though, and I'd rather use it for Thomas and the things that are a bit more essential, like the chassis. All right, let's get to this masking tape. I'm talking too much. All right, and with that, we've now got the coach ready. We've got all the stuff on the inside still. I'm thinking this will go pretty good. We're going to give this a quick coat of Tamiya light gray primer, and that should complete the coach until decals and stuff like that. We've got Thomas here, and we've got his windows and cab entrances there, which are ready to be painted black as well. And I've kind of decided on this for now. I will probably still do that black detailing, but we're not going to mask this off to add to that. It's just too many things that could go wrong, and truth be told, I really want to get this video out and work on the next one, so whatever. Yeah, pretty much this gets a coat of gray, this gets black, these get black, and then soon we'll come back and do this in the final part. All right, so let's get to spray painting again. All right, while that stuff dries, I think we'll try to tackle this face. Now, again, this is just a painted piece of a sticker sheet. There's really not a lot going on here. What we're going to do, essentially, is just put the troublesome truck face on top of this and stick it to the front, just like it's, you know, a normal sticker. There we go. All right, so that's simply, again, you got a truck face. There's really not a lot to it. Boom. It's now got a little bit of a simple style, kind of like Thomas there. I'll probably do one more quick thing, really quick, if I can get the white paint marker. Add just a dash there, just a bop, 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 and a bop, 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 bop. There we go. And I think that's pretty much that for this face. That should complete that. All right, everybody, and with that, we now have everything at least semi put back together. We've got the coach, and it's now got the gray roof. As you can see here, it's on the matte black chassis, and it's looking, you know, I gotta say, pretty nice. I really do like that interior detail. It really did quite a bit for it. And there's also the truck here, which is now back together, back to its dancing ways, but still needs the face. So we'll do that here in a second. Oh yeah, and there's also Thomas, which now has his cab windows and cab entrances. Now, this one is a little bit different from this one. As you can see here, the top of it is angled just a bit more, and the doorway itself isn't the cleanest. I'll probably come back, do just one more coat, and try to clean that up a little bit. But yeah, that pretty much completes that part of Thomas. I'm still debating on the cut in the tanks. I might come back and add that later, but I'm also not sure, you know, what this Thomas is. It's not really a J50, especially if you look at it, because the smoke box comes out too much at the front, but it's also not really the 1800. It's kind of just a small Thomas. And you know what? That's kind of what I want it to be. So I guess with that being said, we will see on that part. And before we get Thomas put back together, I'd like to open up the door to you guys. So there's still a few things, like I said, I'm waiting on. I'm currently out of red paint, so I can't really do the puffer beams. Sadly, I'm debating on, well, what do you think should be on the side of these things? Should I do actual 00 scale decal? Should I try to freehand them and stay in line with the J50? What do you guys think? Be sure to comment down below. Also, lining. I'm debating on putting some here on the tank and the bunker area in either gold or yellow, one or the other. Be sure to comment down below if you think I should, or if you have any ideas or preferences. It's sadly still not something I'm the most familiar with. I might go with vinyl, I might go with water slide decals, depending on what you guys say. We'll see. But yeah, that pretty much completes Thomas for today. Let's get him put back together. Oh, no, let's get this face on the truck first, and then let's get him put back together. Make sure that's that. Look at that. Look at this cocky son of a bitch. That is just, I'm not gonna lie, that turned out a little bit cooler than I thought it would. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a troublesome truck in the simpler style Thomas is. And for now, let's just give him a little barrel load. Just something to throw in there. Again, these are not done. I'm still probably gonna come back and do some more to this truck. You know, I'll probably come back, or might come back and do some more to this coach. There's still a lot to do with Thomas. You know, we might do that cut in the tanks. I need to come back and clean that area up. We're deciding on lining and decals, or if I should freehand the stuff. Let me know down below, you know, if you guys think I should freehand, or if I should even add the lining in the first place. What you guys think too, because this has really been, well, product of a lot of you guys asking how this process goes and wanting to see it. What more would you like to see? I guess comment down below and let me know. And with all of that being said, let's get into a short running session.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.